the size of a basketball, and there were hot shot furnaces along here. They would heat this thing up to red hot, fire it, and it would skip across the water like a stone on a pond. Hit the ship at the water line, breach the hull, and start it on fire.
42 pounds could skip across.
Exactly. That's the amount of force. And I have a feeling that Colonel Totten told everybody about this wall. He said, please come try to invade Newport someday. This is what you're up against. Batteries were moved south. So, and all the officers' housing was moved south. And the commanding officer's house was moved south. That's the Eisenhower. This is 100% European. The other Tanai is on the other side of that wall. Accessible by tunnel, howitzer positions on either end, a parapet here for the soldiers. They can see you coming up that hill, but because of the greenery on top, the enemy can't see the fort. They get to the top of the counterscarp and it's going to be bad. Somehow they climb down the counterscarp. There are American soldiers who have accessed the counterscarp via tunnel and are shooting from behind. Come running into here, out through here, 2 howitzer embrasures are shooting canister shot. If I get to here, I'm stuck in there, and there are 5 rifle positions in there. So Bernard, Simon Bernard, the designer, said, it's not quite ready. So he came up with a countermeasure to an ancient technique of warfare called tunneling. And if you wanted to break a siege, you dug a tunnel under the wall, came up in the middle of the castle. He created a countermeasure to that. No electronics. Underneath the tunnel, or underneath where we're standing, are a series of listening tunnels. Soldiers would have been stationed there for 2 hours at a time, and they are going to listen for enemy activity of tunneling. Wow. They could hear the picks and the shovels and so forth. If they heard it, they were to get as close as possible. In the wall was called a countermine, a hole in the stone wall. They took an explosive charge, put it in there, lit it, got out, and stopped the enemy from getting any closer. So if you're interested, we're going to go into the tunnels. The first tunnel, big. Second tunnel, 6 feet. Third tunnel is the tricky one. That's the gallery. That's where you have to be able to walk like this for about 100 yards with a flashlight. Oh, wow. Coming up on your right is a countermine, and I'm going to warn you. One of my colleagues put 3 plastic rats in there from our Halloween haunted house. They are fake. So if you wouldn't mind, we can head on back toward the light, and we'll head on out. All right? But the plastic rats are coming up on your right. Sure that we don't trip on it. But I mentioned the Tanai. These are the 2 Tanai that exist in North America, basically. We came out through a sally port right here. We went in on this curtain into the tunnels and made it to about here. And then that staircase I pointed out goes all the way out to that counterscarp rifle gallery. These folks who are using power tools and front end loaders rather than hammers and chisels and block and tackles are working on that demi-bastion. We entered the east gate, we went up on the north wall, took a walk by the west wall, we went through the southwest postern, and here are the crown doors. Yeah. So, on behalf of the Fort Adams Trust, I'd like to thank you all for coming here. As I mentioned, your admission helps pay for the renovation of the fort. Great. And I think by the time that I'm long gone, we might start work on the west wall, who knows. But I recommend this to everybody. You should go down to the gift shop, spend thousands and thousands of dollars on Christmas gifts to help pay for, the renovation of the fort. But